This is kind of designed to reveal a lot of information that people may have maybe heard through rumors, or maybe have like not known about, or maybe you talked to a friend who talked to a friend about it. But the main idea behind this is I want to give some clarity on a lot of different things, because I mean, just full transparency, right? Back in last year, when Knights left the scene, Riot sent out an RFP, a request for proposal, to get new organizers interested in operating challengers. And they're like, hey, we're going to give the slot, or not the slot, we're going to give you the ability to run challengers. Tell us what you would do with it. And we were one of those organizers. Like Ace was obviously one. I don't think it's a secret, but you know, you had people like Radiant, and I don't know who else, but I only know a few select people. So the thing I want everyone to understand is this is not coming from a place of me being salty that I'm not running challengers. I honestly don't care, right? I want people to understand that this is coming from my experience as an organizer, as a player, as a coach, as someone who's invested in Tier 2 by signing a roster that I've had to drop. And all this is coming from a lot of that. And there's been a lot of discourse recently, and it's just kind of time, because a lot of people know about a lot of this stuff behind the scenes, but not a lot of people know about a lot of this shit. So also, you can see that this is a tournament because Style is messaging me about a team that's going there. So that's funny. But anyway, all right. First things first. What is the problem? Riot views Tier 2 in one way, and one way only. They don't care. I'll use the term KPI, but metric as well, in case you're not business oriented. And essentially, for people, that is how Riot defines success in Tier 2. Riot has one KPI that they told us that they care about. Obviously, there's like Twitch viewership and all this sort of stuff, but none of that really actually matters to them. The main KPI that they care about, no, actually, it's not, is the amount of players promoted from Tier 2 to Tier 1. That is what Riot judges Knights by. That's what Riot judges like an Ace by, right? And that's their main metric. The problem that you have is the last 2 years of promotion has been genuinely skewed, because you have players like Xander, Qualanoob, I mean, hell, most of the M80 guys, right, that got promoted into Tier 2 or Tier 1 from Tier 2 only because there was no fucking spots in Tier 1. So that metric's skewed. The reality is, when we looked at the numbers, I believe there was only about like 3 players actually promoted that never played Tier 1 before. So that metric is skewed alone. So Riot's own guide for how they measure success is already wrong. The second problem, Riot does not give a fuck about spending money in this league. They genuinely came to us and said, hey, we want you guys to run challengers as much out of your own pocket as possible. Where in previous years, Challengers was funded by Riot because, I don't know, it's Riot's fucking development league, right? This is Riot's league. Why would a tournament organizer pay the privilege of operating Challengers when there's no sponsors in Challengers, when there's no organizations wanting to invest in Challengers, when viewership is at an all-time fucking low? It makes no fucking sense. And that was one of the reasons that we didn't want to really submit like a proposal to be highly competitive. We submitted a proposal that we thought was good, and if they chose us, it was going to be great, but it was going to cost them more money. Riot instead went the route that they have been going for a lot of things. They went the cheapest route possible, and they chose an organizer who, I mean, fuck it, at this point, the amount of money that this organizer has promised Riot for the operating cost of Tier 2 was so low that it barely covers the prize pool. Okay? So you can do the math on what that budget is, but that's because they're operating both North America and Latin America. Okay? That is the main problem. The additional problem is Riot then tells Liga Ace, hey, you have to use our casters and our observers and this and that for mainstream. The problem is a lot of these casters are not that fucking good. So you get bad casters, right? Casting matches that are important, and then they're bad. Okay? The number, what was the numbers for what? What numbers? Zobi, you are horrible. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Listen, it's not your fault, okay? So, the synergy is kind of off, right? You have these weird pairings of people. You had Ravish come back, who hasn't casted in months, and I love Ravish, right? But it's just kind of insane, right? He just came back. The synergy isn't there. You and Ravish have completely different styles, right? From my perspective as someone who's worked with both of you guys, it doesn't make a ton of sense for you guys to be casting together, and it kind of creates this weird dynamic. So we're going to talk about streams here. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. But watching challengers is genuinely impossible. You also have the problem where you have 4 matches a day, 2 mainstream, 2 side stream, okay? Those side streams games are observed by AI. People just leave watching the game, and I sat watching Practo for 12 rounds straight. Okay? They leave the game. They don't exist. Okay? Hi, Bobbert. Okay? It's so bad. It's so bad. Because, and for all the dog shit that Liga Ace does, it's not necessarily their fault. They told Riot they could operate challengers for literal pennies, and now are facing the consequences of having to pay Riot's production and Riot staffing and deal with all the bullshit of having to run 2 leagues with very little money. Okay? So, streams are unwatchable. Not just from an observer perspective, but from an overall perspective of the game. There's no synergy between the casters. There's no synergy between like what's going on in the game. There's no fucking replays half the time. Okay? And it's just bad. And there's no funding in tier 2 for anything, let alone production. So production is bad, but that's not necessarily all Liga Ace's fault. Okay? We'll get into their faults in a little bit. I'm going to talk about one more thing before we get into it, the financial side of things. Okay? Our number to Riot, now, honestly, here's the thing. I'm telling you guys all this shit, and I genuinely expect that I'm going to get a letter from Riot tomorrow, or this weekend, or next weekend. I'm going to get anything that I had working with them pulled. They may try to shut me down, period, but is what it is. Dude, can I not run ads? Holy shit, bro, this is insane. No. I wish I could not run ads. Anyway, if an ad comes up, I'm sorry, let me know in chat, and I'll try to I'll just stop for a little bit, okay? Okay. We talked about budget, and we talked about streams. Those are 2 main things. Not necessarily Liga Ace's fault. Those are more Riot's fault. All right, now we're gonna get back to this, okay? That is frustrating because that is what we wanted to run challengers with, and we thought it was going to be really cool, and it was going to be an awesome experience for the players. We were going to get organizations interested. We were going to get sponsors interested in. We were going to do a lot of great things with it, and we didn't. We didn't get the chance to, and that sucks because I wanted to do a lot for the scene, but Riot gave it to Liga Ace, and I trusted that when I saw that they were doing the Switch stage and everything, I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. Let's not judge. Let's watch and see how it goes. Now, I privately had my own opinions about Liga Ace. That was the process, and that got happens. So, let me explain one more issue, okay? Fuck. Where do I want to go with this? I don't know where I want to go with this. So, let me think. Let me think next. We've talked about production. We've talked about... oh my god, Poland, nice round. We've talked about that. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Now it's just time to talk about actual issues. Okay, let's talk about... Hold on, 1 second. Ryan Style Riggs is calling me. Hold on. Hello, Ryan Style Riggs. How's it going? What's up? Do you have something important to say?
Nope.
Alright, he's fired. So, okay. No, you're not supposed to be able to hear him. Okay, great. Alright. We're going to talk about some issues in Tier 2 right now. Let's talk, first and foremost, about the major underlying problems. Can I turn down the VOD a little? Yeah, I can turn it down a little bit more. Here. Is this good? I turned it down a little bit. I'll turn it down like a bit more too. Oh, that may be too quiet. I think here is good. So, anyway, okay. He's on Sentinels. Yeah. All right, first problem, investment in Tier 2. No orgs want to invest in tier 2 for multiple reasons. And the number one reason is there's no reason. You're not going to make any money off tier 2, and that's okay. You're not supposed to make money off tier 2. But Riot's outward statement toward tier 2 has been, we don't seek stability in tier 2. Now, that's a bit of a translation issue, and that was even admitted to me. The people we were talking to at Riot said, that's not what we actually mean. What Riot actually means is they don't want organizations staying in tier 2 and thinking, oh, we're going to be a profitable tier 2 org and be like a talent farm like there was in League, right? And that was a big problem in League. And so they didn't want to repeat that mistake. And that would have been great, but the problem is the way it was said was pretty bad. And instead of seeking no stability, Riot's ideal path for an organization in tier 2 is you're in for about a year. If you don't do well, you make some changes, and if you're not in VCT in the second year, then you should get out. And that was kind of the main point, is that was communicated to us. And that's okay. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think orgs should want to spend all of their money in tier 2. I think orgs should want to be in tier 1, or organizations should be partnered with main organizations to develop talent, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But there's no reason to invest in tier 2 from an organizer, from a company's perspective, from my perspective. Because there's no reason to invest in tier 2 from organizations, you have more free agent teams and fewer signed teams, and even the teams that are signed are getting paid significantly less than what they were getting paid before. Now, some rosters are getting paid anywhere between 500 to 1,200 a month. Some rosters are getting 1,500 to 2,000, and then some rosters are getting paid, well, nothing, even though they're supposed to be getting paid 3 to 4 grand. And there's a financial issue in tier 2 too, because you have organizations that are basically gambling on making Ascension, so they're borrowing money, or they are taking on investment in Web3 or otherwise that make it so any sort of actual investment opportunity is done, and they're basically just gambling their money to take tier 1. It's all, expensive gambling. So, and that sucks, because then you have players not getting paid, and it's pretty bad. So, yeah, I'm playing. This is live right now. It's a real match. So, you also have organizations who refuse to drop a player because he's their son. And you have this attitude where they're better than everybody else. They want to tell you how to do things, but they don't want to make the right changes. And when you bring up dropping a player, you get cut instead, and then you don't get paid. I'm talking about core for a second. Sorry, in case anybody didn't know. That's another problem that you have there. The shit about that is insane, by the way. But anyway, there's more stuff about core too. There's a lot of stuff about a lot of orgs that you guys didn't know about. Okay, so that's kind of no one's on core. They dropped the roster because they're tired of paying for someone to have friends, which is valid in my opinion. So anyway, I won't say anything more than that. You guys can do your own research, and it's good to go. But let's go. So we kind of talked about some shitty orgs. I mean, you obviously have orgs like YFP, who are really good. You have TSM, who's a good org, regardless of what you think of French Canadians, right? You have Envy, which Envy being in is really, really good, right? You had, you had me in there, but I wasn't that great. I didn't like my team, so I was kind of shitty. Which nothing against their fault. I just was kind of pissed with Riot in the first place, so it just is what it is. You have Blue Water, you have SAD. I mean, I'm thinking from like actual organization perspectives. I can't really remember everyone off the top of my head, but you have Nightblood and stuff. Who I love Nightblood, by the way. I love Nightblood people. Like, they're one of the cooler organization people that I've worked with. They're super awesome. They took Muddy from us, but that's okay. But yeah, anyway, we're kind of, I don't want to talk about orgs, because mismanaged orgs is always going to be a problem in every league. I mean, you had fucking Bleed being a money laundering fucking shithole, not paying their players, right? And Riot fucking let them in. Like, goodness fucking gracious, man. Like, what's wrong with you? But it's what it is, okay? Organizations are a problem. But there's a deeper problem in tier 2 right now. Besides the fact that admins don't respond, they're useless for help. They make the most inconsistent rulings of all time, and they refuse to get better. And it's really frustrating to see. You have admins who will make personal decisions affecting teams in challengers. Now, generally speaking, if I make a personal decision in one of my own tournaments, I get checked on that. I have either Style, when he was still working with me, or Jilly or Rap say, yo, this is what I'm personally feeling. Is that the right decision? Because I'm an emotional guy, and I understand that. But at the same time, I also think I kind of know better than a lot of other people because I've done a lot of things. So, is what it is. But these admins will make personal decisions based on how they feel at the time, whether or not to let somebody through or let somebody play on another roster in playoffs or not, or let a player be promoted but not another player be promoted because it's an upward trajectory, right? Bunch of inconsistent bullshit. The rule book, dude, the rule book didn't even have the prize pool payouts or the fucking circuit points until halfway through the season. And when they put it in, they just took a screenshot of an Excel page and put it in the rule book. Like, what the fuck is that, man? So, anyway, the admins are a problem. And it's not necessarily completely their fault. I think the personal decision and the bias and all that is their fault. There's some unconfirmed stuff that I don't really want to talk about because that's really serious, like litigious stuff. But you can kind of look at like the scheduling of some matches, and you know, last split they were allowing people to reschedule matches based on a lot of different things. I personally didn't like that. And then they let it go into these. They didn't let that happen into stage 2. There was miscommunication about it, and it's kind of bad. So no, I can't leak this stuff. But what I will say is this: as of right now, there is an ongoing investigation by Riot into cheating and win trading. Cheating in the forms of active cheats, radar cheats, soft aim cheats, all that sort of stuff. And then there is an active investigation into win trading. I do not believe that I have all of the correct information right now. So I don't want to say anything. I don't want to name a team. I don't want to name a player because I don't know what's true and what's not. There's some really suspicious rounds from some players, and there's some really like, well, that can be explained by this guy's just a fucking moron type round, right? And so I don't know what's true and what's not. But if you think about what happened in GC with Disguised, where they had that one cheater, I forget their name, but and Disguised left, right? That created a big ripple. However, it gets kind of worse because there is an active Riot employee that is very high in the anti-cheat department being paid off to let people cheat. And I have proof of this. I have seen it, and it is a very real thing. I can't share that, and I don't know if that's being investigated right now or not. But that is a problem. Because if somebody at Riot is employed in the anti-cheat department and letting people cheat, that creates a problem. And you have individual players who are actively cheating, and Riot employees know about it, and they're being paid to not do anything about it. Okay? The worst part is... Fuck, man. I can't say that part. Let's just say it's not limited to just that. Okay? So that's really bad. And that's really shitty. And organizations know this. Players know this, right? And this is news to maybe a lot of new people, but this is not news to anybody that's been in the scene for a while. And send me sources and info. I don't know who you are. Maybe if you send some credentials, I'll let you know. But like, you hit me up on Twitter, and I can, like, if you can do something about it, great. But I'm not just gonna send it to like anybody randomly. So there's a big problem there. And like I said, orgs know it, players know it, and so that's one of the big reasons that I stepped out, is because this is being actively allowed, and I don't want to say encouraged, but it feels basically encouraged, and it's pretty shitty, and it makes it so nobody wants to invest in the scene anymore, and I hate it because I want to support tier 2. I want to support tier 3. I want to give players a path to go pro, and I want it to be reliable. I want it to be trustworthy. I want people to know that they're in good hands. And when you can't even trust Riot to do their jobs, how are you going to trust a tournament admin that doesn't speak English? Which, again, there's nothing wrong with not being able to speak English. But if you're going to operate in North America, you need to have English speakers. Which people may have known about this. However, there were some requirements for this new TO to have people from previous North American organizations to work with them to help this transition. They did not do that at all. And that created the situation to make it even worse now. So that's pretty shitty. And Nima has something else to add. What do you have to add? They made casters use WhatsApp for comms? What the fuck? That is insane. That's actually insane. Holy shit. Yeah. That's fucking nuts. Okay, anyway, we're gonna ignore that. So base fundamental level, you can't trust Riot, you can't trust the TO, you can't trust anything that's going on with challengers, and so there's no reason to invest in it. Again, I'm not going to name individual players. There's plenty of suspicion on a lot of people, especially people who just played ranked all the time and then suddenly became the best caller on the planet. You know, it's kind of weird, but anyway, I'm not going to say anything else because I don't actually know. I'm fucking around. 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't actually mean that. Okay, I was trolling. 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 Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, let's just all admit we know that Alum is cheating. Okay, this guy's too good at the game. We all know he's cheating. Okay, anyway. All right, I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around. Let's get into the next point here. Okay. So you can't trust the TO, you can't trust Riot, and it makes it so orgs don't want to be in, sponsors don't want to be in. And when sponsors don't want to be in, it makes it really fucked. And so now we kind of have this situation where it's the Wild West, it feels like. And so players are then going, you know what? Well, we are not going to get paid to run challengers. We are, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to accept money to win trade. The money being offered is genuinely fucking insane. I don't know if it's real because, again, I haven't communicated with any of these supposed win traders. Well, okay, I have communicated with some of them about the situation, but myself and my own team had people DM us saying, "Hey, we want to pay you to throw your game." People, for some reason, still think I'm Tim on, you know, Relaxed Reptilians now or Funhavers, but that's not actually me. The offer was hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when you look at this person's betting history on these games, they're making $20,000, $30,000 in profit. Like, it is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so it is absolutely insane at this level. And from my, you know, admin perspective and integrity perspective, I think it's really shitty. But from a holy shit, it took me so long to break that turret. What the fuck? Anyway, I would understand why a player would do it, especially if they need to support themselves. Hundreds of thousands is life-changing money for a lot of people, man. So even if he's not offering that amount, let's say he's offering 10 grand or 20 grand, right? For a lot of these free agent people, they need to pay rent, they need to order DoorDash, right? Because they can't fucking cook. But like, a lot of things need to happen for them, and I don't blame them for considering it, and I don't even necessarily blame them for doing it. I think it's a shitty, short-sighted decision. But if you did it, I understand. And I will never criticize somebody for making a decision they felt was right, because they needed to provide for themselves or people they cared about. I'll disagree with it, but I won't criticize you for it. I won't judge you for it. I get it. And that's really rough. And that sucks. So, while we're on the topic of salary and making money and whatnot, let's talk about the Ambrosia and Qbert Academy thing. which is so funny. Just by the way, Cubert Academy didn't get to post that they signed a new player. It got leaked by someone on fucking Twitter, and then it became a giant issue because the TO was so fucking horrible. Hey, Sean Garris, I don't care anymore, bro. I don't care anymore, bro. I literally don't care. Okay? I literally don't give a shit, bro. Okay? This has been kept secret for way too fucking long, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If it kind of fucks some shit up, all good, bro. Happens. I'm not in the scene. I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay? So. Wait, you were working on a case? Jesus Christ. I had no idea about that. Okay. Okay. I'm supposed to fucking just know you're working on something? We don't even fucking talk. Anyway. All good. It's already been said. Fuck it. You're a grown man talking on Twitch, you fucking clown. Okay. Thanks, bro. Anything useful you want to say, or no? Drop the hammer, bro. I don't care. I want these people exposed. Absolutely. If people on my team were doing it too, fuck them. I have no idea what's happening. So, like I said, if you were working on something, bro, that did not get communicated to me in any way, shape, or form. Okay? If this fucks you up, you ruined it. Okay, my bad. I didn't know you're working on stuff, bro. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to even think to go talk to you? Like, what the fuck, dude? Be pissed off all you want, but, like, there's a bigger issue here. I'm not the fucking bad guy. You're going to catch all these stupid fucks by opening your fucking mouth on this stream. Here, Sean, let's do this. Get in a call with me and let's talk right now. Okay? I'm not going to talk in fucking Twitch chat. It's fucking too fucking annoying. Okay? If you don't want to, that's fine. But I don't want to continue going back and forth in Twitch chat because it takes too much time. How about I don't owe you fuck all, and what you're saying right now is like 1% of what's actually happening. Congratulations, Sean. Guess what? I know that it's not all that's happening, and I'm not saying all that's happening. There is so much going on here. So when I know, supposedly, only 1% of what's going on, and no one is talking about it, and it is getting to a point where it's boiling over, in what world is me going out and saying, yo, here's what the fuck is going on? Why are you getting pissed off at me for that? I understand if this fucks you up 100%, right? And I'm sorry for that, okay? But that's not, I didn't cause this issue, okay? So if you want to keep going back and forth in Twitch chat, go ahead, okay? But we're on the same fucking side here, okay? Holy shit, a timeout from Coach Lobster. Now, I'm leaving here. Just wait for the investigation that's actually happening. He said, Sean, I didn't know there's an investigation happening, bro. Okay? I'm sorry. I'll turn off the VOD, but it doesn't fucking matter because everything got clipped anyway. So, like, if your investigation is as fucking tight as it is, guess what? It's not going to fucking matter, bro. Okay? I apologize. I didn't know. And we'll leave it at that. Anyway. All right. I mean, that sucks for you. It does. But you're not the only one feeling these frustrations. Now, you guys have more investment, and you guys are spending a lot more money into tier 2, and so I can understand from your perspective why it's more frustrating for you. And if this ruins it for you, that you're mad at me for that. I get it, 100%. But the problem is, you're mad at me for something that I had no idea about and no control over. Okay? That's just kind of the nature of the situation. It just sucks. It is what it is. I had nothing against you. If I had known you were working on this, I wouldn't have said anything, Sean. Like, for the love of God, you have to understand that I'm not that fucking stupid. Okay? So, I know what I know. I know why I got left. And I know that I have been getting tons of messages saying a bunch of shit. Okay? So, Hesp, I've seen your message, and I'm talking about 1,000 things. I don't fucking know how to fix it other than getting rid of everything and starting from the ground up. So, FNS retired and the scene dies. How this affects C9's legacy. So, anyway. All right. That was interesting. I didn't expect Sean Garris to come in my chat and call me a fucking moron. But, hey. Is what it is. You're a moron. Thanks, Mikey. You're 5'2". You should match energy. Hold on. I don't know how this fucking thing works, bro. Killed the vibe. That did kill the vibe. But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about, bro. Should match the energy like T-Dog. Bro, that whole T-Dog thing was funny. But, anyway. Well, I know. I mean, Tim's can't release Dugan. I know. Alright. Oh, Sean tweeted. Let's go take a look. When did he tweet this? Oh, just now. Okay. Listen, Sean, we'll talk later about things. I'm sorry if this ruined it for you. If there's things that like I can help you with, because I'm not actually saying everything even myself too, because there's things that I didn't want to say because I'm not sure of these things. But yeah, I mean, someone send this to Sean. If he wants to talk, I'm happy to talk. If not, if he's just pissed at me and hates me, it is what it is. I can't control that. So anyway, it is what it is. Can't control it. All right, let's get back to it. So the Ambrosia and Qbert Academy thing, right? So. Oh man. I'm not Jack, bro. I'm not Zeke, bro. So anyway, I mean, listen, if what Sean says is true, which I believe it is, it's gonna be pretty fucked. It's gonna be pretty fucking fucked, man. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna pull up my DMs on whatnot. Also, Ryan, do you want to get in here and explain the Qbert Academy stuff, or no?
The fact that we've been able to play like this and win is actually just like pathetic.
Yeah. Tim, if you match MVP this match, I'll give you 5 gifted.
If they run at me B, it's possible. But like short of that, it's probably.
Could I get in seed? No.
Even if I kill 5, right? This Omen may have had a higher impact kills than me, so it's like unknown.
These guys have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
KJ has had ult for basically this entire.
Okay. Hold on. Since Sean wanted to come attack me, I'm gonna just say something pretty quickly. Sean's DMs to me right now. I can't. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know the situation. Is Ambrosia gonna scrim with Satellite now? Like, is that what ended up happening? Like, I don't know. Anyway, Sean Garris to me, you fucking idiot. What the fuck are you doing? You're actually dumb as fuck for saying this on stream. You have no idea that you're ruining an investigation. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And I hope I torch your whole fucking team. I don't have a team, bro. I dropped them. Like, if my team is, like, if they were taking money, I want to know, because I'm going to sue them all and I'm going to get my money back. Like, Jesus Christ. So, you know who we should investigate? Who would win? I'd win. What? I'm like 300 pounds. Weight wins in fights. Like, Jesus, Brody, that's not even a question. Okay? If we want to investigate somebody, investigate me on a Kikimori. Because apparently, any time out I called was great. But for the rest of the time, we were so bad that clearly that is on me. So, like, goodness gracious. Kikimori needs to be investigated pronto. Carpa, remember the timeout on Haven? I'm like, run Island Cruise because I couldn't say the actual call out because the admin didn't call. Oriole touchdown, Oriole touchdown. Oh my god. Oh, we won. Oh man. Anyway. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting text messages.
games, but this one was done more by hand. There's too many people on dual accounts or anything.
Would like, what's it called?
All right.
How do you like make sure like the best groups, but you also give like
I have no clue. Like genuinely no clue.
What's going on with you two? A lot more.
It just does it all back.
Defense side or attack side, Sunset?
We're attack for everything.
Yeah, nice. Let's go.
We're playing Sunset.
Stay picked,
Anyway.
stay picked, stay picked.
Someone tagged me in Sean Gear's post. Please box Mr. Funhaver. So, man, I mean, if I ruined an investigation for Sean, I'm sorry, but I didn't know, and this clearly needed to be said. So, anyway,
Throw shots. I was clicking that.
Twitter DMs, it's kind of cool. No, I'm not going to do that. What does EWC? Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. Ryan, wait, really quickly. Is Satellite playing with, or is he scrimming with, what's it called now? Or no? Like, did that situation get resolved in, like, a good way or, like, a bad way? Or, like...
I mean, Sean, I'm gonna be like probably.
Okay, what the fuck? I'm scrimming with Ambrosia now? Okay, cool. Then that's good. And we had a happy ending. So, that's fine.
You have nothing to
Jawa just said it was true. What's true? Yes, it's true and everything's false. Good. That's good.
Why are you laughing like that?
get a beat on KO.
Gonna talk about the Okeanis thing? What Okeanis thing?
0 assists.
Yeah, everyone. I think just emotions got too high last night, and I think it's all the TO's fault, and it just is what it is. So,
I would FF if it didn't look like so horrible on me. You know?
give me Barrett, please. Goodness.
Wait, can I just join the other Discord call, you think? If I just join this up
Why'd you ban Barrett, Jilly? What is that? What's the TLDR? Cheaters, win traders, the TO. There's a lot of stuff. Apparently, Sean's been doing an investigation, and it's gonna come out, and it's gonna be fucking insane.
Wait, who'd you ban?
Did you shit on a team in this VOD? We lose this map, but then we win the next map. So,
Yeah, he's weird.
general issue. Go back to the start of the VOD, bro. Honestly, there's too much though. Sean is Sean Gares. So,
using party comms during like mid-range.
Too many words. Make
Bad Roko Max. You're a nice stream, bro. You're one of the fucking cheaters, you fucking shit fuck.
That's what I did. I said, yo, stop the match. Right
Like, I don't even give a fuck.
And then he asked for the VOD.
Oh fuck! And my Casey's lagging. That's weird. Proof of the situation, and then
Keep the VOD up so I can watch the. I'll keep the VOD up. At least collegiate esports is getting better. Yep, that's a true statement. That's a really true statement. You want to talk about how the CECC land was $2,500?
and like we didn't comment
I don't know. Fucking ridiculous. You want to talk about CVAL? You want to talk about teams forfeiting each other on purpose in CVAL? Never mind. I'm not going to talk about collegiate, bro. That shithole is just a fucking nightmare. Urine lost to Wada Wada. I beat Wada Wada. How do you lose to Wada Wada? I literally match MVP'd against Wada Wada. Life gamed against it.
blatantly disregarded what an admin has to do, and you flagged it out 4 times.
Different Wada Wada. No, I beat Prime Wada Wada.
You got it. You got it. Holy fuck.
that was scary.
Yeah.
Discord input lag is crazy. Okay, so do I need to do anything?
Nah, I dealt with it.
Thank you.
The fact that we just won that round is embarrassing.
Maybe I want to be stuck in plat. Yeah, you want to be stuck in plat? You want to talk about plat? You want to talk about ranked, bro? You want to talk about fucking ranked? You want to talk about people paying each other to get rank 1 and throwing for them? I mean, you have a... I don't give a fuck about ranked, bro. I actually just don't care. I actually don't care. So, how many subs for one name? if somebody, okay, I have to pull up the doc because I haven't seen anything. Twitch activity feed. I haven't seen anything that's been going on. So if you drop 100 subs, I will tell you one person I know for a fact is cheating. 100 subs. Yeah, we beat Prime Ottawa. I remember loading into it. Charles was like, guys, they're a good team. I promise you. They're a good team. I promise you.
It's crazy. He's baiting us again.
Shaw's was actually scared as shit. Is it in challengers or in challengers? In challengers. I don't care about all the ranked cheaters, bro. There's one in every fucking week. This money tech, bro. I'm not gonna leak something for free like this.
Now we can't even get planned. That's fine.
Okay, that's 5. 90 more. 95 more. I don't. My math is good. Nobody's cheating, bro. Okay, Moose.
Sorry, guys.
1. Okay, there it is.
Guys, this is the plan. I guess until we lose.
Oh,
Plan? I wasn't here for those, so that's my bad.
Stop coping. Okay, Moose. No problem.
Tim, I was actually trying to ask the spectators what they wanted to call.
Is my flash good, Elbow? Or
There's. I don't know how many people. There's a lot of closet cheaters too. I only know a few people for my own like level of what I think of myself as proof of beyond a reasonable doubt. But that's not my proof. I don't have access to Riot's data. I don't have access to like a lot of things, so I'm not comfortable saying it in reality. So people ban and let me in, Max. What? Okay, shut up. So is Keo Val cheating? No, he got dominated by me last time he played. So Timotino, I don't know. Timotino is probably cheating. He's French Canadian and good at the game. Nah, that's not a reason. That's not a real like mix of things. Or do you else? I don't think anybody is cheating in tier 1, bro.
Tim, can we
I don't. I think cheating in tier 1 is too fucking hard. So stop eating from the what? Hold on. From the #1 like okay. Okay, now please just troll. I get you. Okay, please. Leak a team. No, I'm not gonna leak a team that had a cheater, bro. Because like I said, this is my opinion on what I believe is fact. Right? There's a difference between having irrefutable evidence and having an opinion based on an overwhelming majority of visible evidence. Right? And it's just, I'm not comfortable potentially ruining somebody's name by saying, oh yeah, you know who's really cheating? That 9 nerf guy. He's really fucking cheating, which obviously Michael is not cheating, bro. Guy's fucking ass. But like, I'm not comfortable enough saying that to someone actually happening, you know? Because if I'm wrong, that could really fuck him, right? The only rage bit is people take Vanguard. You can't cheat on Vanguard. Vanguard is automatic bans. Yes, it's all automated. Nobody does anything manual. Tell everyone Kane is cheating. No one believes me. I mean, let's be real, Anthony here. Okay, let's just wake up for a second here. You want me to like? Never mind. Fuck it. I'm fucking around. So, man, I've got everybody in here. Dude, that fucking Sean Garrett shit is wild. That's crazy, man. That guy's so mad at me.
I'm gonna smoke and insta blind that and then blind this full
That was crazy. I still can't get over that right now. Apparently Sean has a giant investigation that this conversation that me talking on Twitch just blew for him. I don't know how that works. I don't know why that works, but it just is what it is. So, I mean, look at Sean's Twitter, bro. You know? So, I'll torch your whole team to the ground. That's actually a fucking crazy line.
I know. I wanna like smoke here at TP and kill this guy CT.
That is a crazy ass line. You mean cheating as in stream sniping or game cheats? Game cheats. So let's see. Did Sean Garrett unfollow me? Oh no, he didn't unfollow me. He still fucks with me like that. Okay, the Ambrosia thing. We talked about M80. We talked about the win trading and cheating. We talked about Liga Ace. What else did we talk about? Anything important? Anything more important that we haven't talked about? I mean, we talked about scheduling. I don't want to talk about EWC. I don't want to talk about that. I don't know. And I don't know what he found out. I literally don't know. He's gonna talk about it later, I think, but I don't actually know. So maybe he's gonna post something. Maybe he won't. I assume he is if he has everything he says, or made it imply that he has. Who do you think? Because Mike, I just explained. I don't want to say that somebody is cheating and they're not cheating, because that could fuck him up. Has M80 leaks and DMs from Twit to give you somewhere? No, I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't want these people. Like, a lot of people have come to me and trust, like, saying some of these things. If they aren't cheating, then Riot will say so. Yeah, but the problem, Mike, is the perception is more important than reality. And if I, with the weight that's, you know, my impressive weight here. No, with the weight of, like, who I am, if I say that somebody is cheating, right? Like, it could become a problem where they're not cheating and I'm gonna talk shit about them, and it just I don't feel personally comfortable with doing. If I had someone like, what was that one cheater that was in ranked? He played Reyna on Icebox with a judge and like killed tens and everything, and like he posted like his cheats being actively played. Who was that guy? Yeah. That guy. Unless I have something like that, I'm not gonna say anything. You know, because there's just no point, right? So how old is this VOD? Old, bro. This is in September. I think I win this round too. Psych. Oh my god. Holy shit, I'm terrible. What the fuck? I'm horrible. Holy shit. God damn. So we're trading money for information? Is that a leak? No, dude. It's a troll, bro. What are you? I'm not actually... What? If somebody sent me 100 subs, I'd refund it and not say anything. Like, it's a clear troll. I'm not gonna fucking leak anything. I'm not gonna leak names. I'll leak what's happening, but I'm not gonna leak names because I don't want to be right. You know? Okay. You guys want me to link something else? Fuck. I'm just bored. Let's leak now. Okay. What do I leak? HyperX. Do I leak HyperX? Shit. Alright, my staff. Do I leak HyperX? No? Fuck. No leaking HyperX? Fuck. Stop stalling, large man. Okay, Bob. Oh, by the way, Bob. I need to send you a message. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I can't leak HyperX. Sorry. I can't. You must be so bored. I am bored. I'm very bored ready. Yeah, I mean, the Sean shit just kind of like, I didn't know what was going on with that, so. Have you had said nothing but... You said nothing but so much? I don't... What? Are you fucking dumb?
Yeah, unfortunately, everyone got fucked.
After you throw our director, you have to leak? No. Expedition 33 stream? No. I'm not gonna turn this into profit. As soon as I'm done, as soon as I have nothing else to talk about, I'll end stream. I'll refund your subs, bro. How many cheaters? I don't know how many cheaters. I would say, let's see, there's 16 teams, 5 players a team. What does that math turns out to be? I'm bad at math, bro. I'm really bad at math. Has an intruded cheater suspected? I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody in my chat. Rara was cheating. Oh wow, Rara was cheating. Who knew that? Man, I don't know. I've kind of said a lot of things. The Sean stuff really threw me off because I wasn't expecting that, and if it's fucked him over, I'm gonna feel pretty shitty. Actually, I lied. I'm really not gonna feel that shitty. It kind of sucks for It kind of sucks for him, but it sucks for everyone. And it really. You can be mad at me for leaking it because it fucks with you, but the problem is, this directly affected me, and it's just really fucking annoying. So I'm just gonna say something, and it's about time that I said shit. So, because I've been holding on to a lot of things for too long because I wanted to build a good relationship with Riot. I wanted to help them run some shit, you know, like maybe do an off-season event with them. And I generally, despite how I may act sometimes, especially in like tournament settings where people ask me questions and I don't berate you, but I don't give you a good answer and I tell you to go read the fucking rule book or like read the message, right? Generally speaking, I want to develop good relationships with people and companies because it's more important. It's more important to treat people well than it is to be right. And that's a better life fact. M80 paid for what? What?
Like genuine question.
I have ults. You guys wanna go B or you guys
Yo,
wanna go
Zaj.
pick up
Okay, I'm Zaj. You're gone for like. You're gone for a few minutes, bro. Stop being weird. Okay, I may have pinned that message. I'm just an emotionally chill guy. Wrong message. I didn't mean to pin that. So. Oh man. Max, I'm gonna ban all of you. Okay, I'm gonna ban all of you. Hey, Nasi. The VOD before they got chat. Yeah. Oh, ooh.
Gecko link.
I could. Fuck. Can you please just turn your camera? Ethan, I'm playing for the up down, bro. Relax. Okay, listen. I appreciate talking to everybody, and I don't want to turn this any. If I make any stupid money from this stream, I'll just donate it all or put it into a prize pool. I had no intention of making any money off this stuff. I didn't honestly think we'd get to this many people, and I didn't think it would reach this level. But how soon until the truth comes out? I don't know. I really don't know. Flash the window I know how to flash the window properly now, actually. So, that's funny. Are there ads? I'm sorry if there are ads. So, mods, if you can like skip ads, great. If not, I'm sorry. Anyway, listen, I don't really know if I have much more to say. I'm down to just sit here and dwindle chat down and just talk to you guys if you guys have questions, and I'll answer them. But I think the leaking portion is over for now. I don't really have anything more to leak, and now knowing what Sean's doing, I don't want to leak much more because I want him to be able to happen there. So, the Cubert situation, what happened? Satellite got signed to Cubert Academy. Cubert Academy wanted to play with him in playoffs. Legace told him apparently it was fine. And then Legace said, actually, never mind, it's not fine. And so Cubert Academy said, okay, cool. Well, we don't want him playing against us. So he has to play with Ambrosia for playoffs, which is fine. It's normal. But Cubert Academy then didn't want him to scrim with Ambrosia. And it was just this messy situation. And nobody is really in the wrong from Sentinel side and Ambrosia side. The inconsistent ruling. What the fuck am I typing? I guess I'm match fixing, bro. Holy shit. So, wait. I think we need to skip ahead in this VOD.
Yeah, I'll think so.
Yep, we're gonna skip ahead in this VOD. Okay. What was that about? M80 is not paying their players, and they've been struggling for a little while now to pay their players. I don't know more than that, and I know the situation's being handled, and it's tough sometimes. And I think improper management of money is a problem, and it just sucks for the players involved, and I hope they get it resolved. I've already talked to some of them about the situation, but I'm not gonna. Nothing matters there. That's between them and their org. So there's that. So you want to talk about the? Okay, you know what? I will talk about that actually, because fuck that. I'm gonna talk about that. Okay. All right. So for everyone who wasn't involved in Tier 3 semi recently, there was a player. What do you mean? Okay, listen. I'll talk about this right now. Okay. Okay. I wasn't gonna. Fuck it. I'll say names. There was a period of time about a month and a half ago where, for whatever reason, there was a person who decided that they were going to salary a Tier 3 roster as well as a Tier 2 roster. And the numbers they were promising that I was told was $2,000 to $5,000 a month for Tier 3. Okay? XQC. No, I'm not talking about XQC. This is a random person. They're related to somebody in the scene. I don't know much more about them. And I'll talk about my interaction with them, but it was really fucking scummy. And if anybody knows anything about tier 3, that money is not reasonable. It's not real, and it's not reasonable in the first place. And so a lot of the players that were getting asked to come trial for these spots were like, okay, I'm going to put other trials on hold because that's a lot of money, right? No, we're not going to talk about Crash, okay? And so naturally a lot of people were getting kind of like, okay, cool, we want a trial and whatnot. And so they held like internal trials for like 10 mans and like they were going to build a roster based on the best players. And then a lot of them came to me and said, hey, do you know anything about this? Is it real? Like, we're being told all these sorts of things. And I'm like, no, it's not real, but let me follow up. And so I reached out to the person. And I kind of talked to him a little bit. I'm like, hey, where's the money coming from? What's your goal with the investment? Are there going to be contracts? Like asking normal agent questions. And her response to me was very cold and very defensive, to the point of basically telling me that I was insulting them. Because I also went to their partner because I knew their partner was involved in the situation, and I asked kind of the same questions to him first. I asked her first, and then I asked him at the same time because I'm like, I just want to understand. I didn't really care about I didn't really care who gave me the answer. I just knew those two were involved. And apparently there was other people involved, but I didn't know that. So it just is what it is. I'm a scrim warrior? No, I'm actually a full scrim warrior, bro. I promise you. So anyway, and one of the most conflicting statements that was made to me is, we're going to salary a tier 3 roster to make challengers, but then we're also going to sign a challengers roster. And that immediately set off red flags to me, because you can't have a, holy shit, this guy just dominated us. Holy shit. That's insane. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, is that the guy who signed Burger Boys? I don't know who signed Burger Boys. I don't know anything about that situation. We're talking about the tier 3 situation. Anyway, so they were promising 2 to 10, 5,000 a month per player in tier 3, and then I don't know what they were promising their challengers roster. And because of that situation, a lot of people wasted their time screaming. They were being led on, talking about all this sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, some family emergency happened, and they're no longer going to continue the roster, and no one's going to get paid for anything. And it's a giant waste of time, and the person was lying the whole time, and I still don't understand why they were lying, because it makes no sense to me why you would lie about paying a roster in tier 3. I refuse to pay my roster in tier 3. Hell, I barely wanted to fucking pay him in tier 2, and now, like, I don't know if Sean's gonna torch my whole team to the ground. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. But, like, you know, the numbers were unobtainable, and it's heartbreaking for me, because these people believed her, and a lot of people were like really trusting in it, and there was no reason for the trust. And I tried to help, I tried to warn, but sometimes you have to learn lessons the hard way. So I don't know her name. If somebody wants to post the Twitter here, that's fine. I don't remember her name. I'm like kind of familiar with it. I just forget it specifically, and I don't want to say the wrong name here. What is Berserkers and Org? I don't know. Amaranth? No. Does that mean you're killing tier 3? Yes, I'm killing tier 3. Yep, it's Kaide. Why is Kaide in my chat now? What the fuck is going on? Huh? No, CFAX. I'm never gonna stop running tournaments. Ever. Like, I'm gonna run tournaments until I die, or I'm physically removed from running tournaments. But anyway. Okay. What the fuck is going on?